We're out here with Sandy. How you doing there, Sandy?
I'm doing okay.
All right. So you've been moving back and forth from one motel to another since the riverbed, haven't you?
Yes.
So what's happening since you moved out of the riverbed?
I lived at the Studio 6 for 30 days, and then CityNet moved me to the Coral for Illumination Foundation. Mm-hmm. And there I was promised 6 months in housing. And after a month, they kicked me and 8 other people off the property.
Wow.
Some people were camping across the street in the grass. Mm-hmm. Nobody had anywhere to go. Somebody was sleeping in their car. And I'm floating around hotel to hotel.
So have they paid any of the hotels that you've been in?
No.
So ever since you've been paying on your
My
own?
whole Social Security check's gone.
Wow.
From hotels.
Yeah, because the motels are not cheap either.
No. It's $90 to $100 a night. Wow. On the weekends. And in the day it's 70. I slept outside once too. Yeah. I know what it feels like to sleep on the street, but I don't like it.
Yeah, well, you were in the riverbed for how long?
A few months.
A few months?
Yeah.
And I mean, ever since everybody got dispersed into motels and all that, I've seen the stress and what's going on, with, even with the Baymont motel where, I mean, they're treating people like,
Yeah, well, I'm mentally and physically disabled, so it's tough. Mm-hmm. I can't move around a lot. I'm not supposed to lift things, so it's hard for me to move to place.
Right.
So I had to get rid of most of my property.
So how many times have you moved since you got out of the...
5.
5 times?
5 times.
Is that 5 times in a month or a
couple Motel 6s, 3 Motel 6s.
Uh-huh. And that's within how long?
About a month now.
Wow, so you 5 times?
6 times, yeah.
Wow, and I've been hearing that from other people too, so it's not just, I mean...
Of course, you helped me a lot too, a couple times, so...
Yeah, I mean, we try. I mean, we have, with the other advocates that are,
right.
They're kind of drained out because, I mean, there was...
They keep trying to put everybody in shelters, and I'm not used to a shelter. I'm not used to being homeless, so...
Yeah, well, they're packing everybody in shelters,
right.
And it's like, what I hear most of it is there's no privacy. People are getting sick in there.
Yeah.
I mean, we just had one death
I heard about
couple
that.
of weeks ago.
In the bathroom.
Yeah, because they don't have any medical attention there that could, I mean...
And I take blood pressure medication, I take psych medication,
mm-hmm.
I take pain medication, I wear fentanyl patches. So
yeah, that's another thing about the shelters that a lot of people that have with PTSD or
right.
that they
chronic back.
I mean, when you're getting stuck with so many people in one room,
right.
It's not like you had physically, like, you were better off in the riverbed because at least you had your privacy in your tent.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. It was okay. It wasn't that bad. I stayed in my tent.
Yeah, and it became kind of like people were there for. I mean,
it's like family.
Yeah, some of our veterans that were there, they had been there for 10 years.
Roger was there 10 years.
Roger, Tattoo, Dave.
10. Yeah, Dave.
Yeah, these are our veterans from Vietnam.
Old school. Yeah, they're old school.
So I met a lot of them out there, and it's sad that we see that happening in America, and that now with the country, especially a county as rich as this one here that has. We didn't even know they had, over $700 million out to allocate for the homeless situation.
Well, what's happening is that these people are, if you read the federal government guidelines, it says they're supposed to pay up to 6 months of your rent. Mm-hmm. Well, these places are cutting you off in June, and they're paying 1 month, and then they're keeping the dollar difference. That's where his money's going.
Yeah, there's a lot of shady stuff that's going on there.
That is shady.
Yeah.
Because I got rentals since in 2010. They were supposed to pay 6 months. She cut it out after a month and a half.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So it helps for a minute, but not that long.
And before your disability, what were you used to do?
Medical field for 26 years.
Wow.
And then I also with the housing, I've called over 35 places. They're all full or there's a waiting list. So I'm on 10 waiting lists.
Yeah, and that's a problem. Even people with vouchers for the hut.
2 years.
Hut, they can't even find.
Right.
A lot of them lose their vouchers because they can't find within a period of time. They give them like a month.
Right.
And if they don't find anything, and I see a lot of discrimination out here because as soon as you try to rent something and you tell them you're either homeless or you're from the riverbed, I've been hearing that people are turning people down.
I don't mention it.
Yeah.
You say riverbed and people look at you funny.
Yeah.
Like we're not all. I mean, I know I have a mental disability, but that's my problem, not anybody else's.
Well,
not all drug addicts. You know what I mean?
you know, I've met a lot of people with professions like yours, you know, that have been out there.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of people with different professions that are out there. Mostly disabled people.
Yeah.
And some just can't find work.
Right. And I've seen a lot of practically seniors out there, too.
Yeah, and then you got your losers, too, that are out there that don't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
well, I met a lot of good people out there. That's why you became like a community in there.
Family. Like
and,
a family.
I mean, I seen that everybody helped each other, and it was like, even though you didn't have, it wasn't a structure as we've been trying to ask, and that's what I've been asking everybody. If you had 2 choices out of 3, housing, campgrounds, shelters,
right,
what would you choose? You know,
housing. I wouldn't mind tent. I camped. I like camping.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind. A lot of people wanted to go back to the riverbed, but you can't.
Yeah, now that you're getting shuffled around that, you don't even have time to concentrate on what your next step would be. Cause
no, I have no idea.
Day by day, you're feeling, where am I going to eat? Where am I going to go? Where am I going to stay? Where
It's
am I going to
horrible to
sleep?
live like this. It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's really horrible. I haven't lived like this in 30 years, so
yeah,
it's horrible.
A lot of communities say, well, they choose that lifestyle, and that's another thing too, that a lot of people misuse social programs,
services,
and then the ones that really need it are the ones that were born in here. I see a lot of them out there that they're not getting help.
No, nobody is.
And
they kicked 8 of us out in the street.
Yeah.
I mean, just like nothing. The Illumination Foundation, just like, they told me they were quitting the program. It's recuperative care, and everybody that went in there, now they're offering them 6 months, 2 years, and they're not recuperative. Right? They're friends of mine. They don't have mental instabilities or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how they could do that to us.
And I see that they have more programs for like drug addicts or mentally ill than they do for like in your case, or people that are just out there that need the help and they're actually asking for the help.
Right.
A lot of the drug addicts don't even want the help.
No,
they don't.
And
they want to be in that position, but some of them, they take advantage just because they could get a place for a year or so to go through the system, and then they go back and
Well, the hotels, they're not equipped to be mental institutions for these people. They got nurses and all that stuff. It's like, I don't know how they switch from one and go to another and have nurses and all this stuff. They don't have the appropriate staff for that.
Well, not even the shelters do.
That's
we have so many
hotels that are doing that. Is cracking me up.
Yeah, and so many people out there in the shelters that are getting sick, getting bed bugs, or like scabies, or even dying. This gentleman that just passed away was a heart attack, and they didn't even check up on him until the next day when they found him in the restroom.
Yeah, Mario died of a heart attack coming off a bus in Fresno.
Yeah.
Lisa's boyfriend.
Yeah.
So he died.
I know.
A lot of people have died of heart attacks.
I think it's got to do with the stress. And I mean, it's stressful, and then you got your law enforcement now that's
well, you get promised
oppressive.
to put somewhere, and you get put there, and then they take you out of there and kick you out in the street.
Yeah, and then when you're in the street, and then here comes the police telling you can't stay here, you can't stay there, and it's a vicious circle.
It is a vicious circle.
So, I mean, with the lawsuit that's coming up, it's still on the line, but what we have heard is that the judge wants at least the cities that are in the lawsuit to allocate for some spots, some sites.
Yeah.
And they've been dragging their feet all along, that they had people in the riverbed. They could have transitioned them.
Right.
They could have structured the riverbed with bathroom, showers, so people could be more, and storage.
They should do that.
And all that time
you should just put it in there and not ask people.
Yeah, and all that time that you guys were out there for years, they could have done that and alleviate all these problems that now they're facing because of the lawsuits.
I don't know why it was a problem in the first place. It was like a campground. I don't know what the big deal was.
Yeah, and it all becomes because I believe was the
storm drains?
riders. Actually, I think it was mostly the
bike riders.
The bike riders and Anaheim in the stadium there.
Right. But people were giving people food there. They were buying hot dogs and feeding people, which was neat. But It's just all weird. It's just, I was there, for a while, but I don't know. It's like not easy living homeless. It's not easy at all. It's really hard.
Oh yeah, it's stressful. And it's just
makes my condition worse. You know what I mean? I'm just like getting depressed.
Well, that's part of the mental problems a lot of people have.
Right.
Because stress leads to mental illness a lot of the times, and it's kind of I can see myself, and I mean, people would put themselves in that place. They would probably advocate more than a lot of people don't understand that.
Some people don't want help though. They run around the street. They don't want help.
Yeah,
but that's what they did. They put all these people in the street, and they worry about crime, drug dealing, and all that, and they put them all out in the street.
Yeah.
When
they actually could open up a structured campground and actually have
that'd be neat.
Yeah, like a lot of churches and all that, they don't know where to go to feed.
Yeah.
And if they had some campgrounds like that, I mean, the food, I mean, you have the advocates, you have the churches, you have where now they could be able to go in there, feed or bring clothes. But they don't have that when everybody's so spread around.
Right.
So.
I just want a conclusion to it. I want help.
Yeah, we have.
1 second.
Okay. Sandy, we wish you luck, and we hope for the best for you, and we could do what we could do to help you.
I hope Judge Carter read my letters too.
Yeah, you sent him a letter. You said.
A couple letters. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll remind him if I talk to him again.
Okay. All right.
Sandy Brook. Right?
Yes.
Okay, Sandy.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.